Billy back here with Broship of the Nerds. NXT Takeover New York predictions. 5 matches are scheduled to be on the card. First up, not that I actually know the match order. The War Raiders defend the WWE NXT Tag Team Championships against the team of Aleister Black and Ricochet. Now that those two, Aleister Black and Ricochet, are on the main roster, it doesn't really make sense for them to win the NXT titles if they're going to stay on the main roster. So I'm giving this match to the War Raiders either by them winning clean or another team hits the ring and causes a DQ and that just ends the match. But I'm giving this to War Raiders, retaining the tag titles. Pete Dunne, the longest reigning United Kingdom champion, will defend the title against Walter. Walter's a big dude. This will be a big matchup. I'm giving this to Pete Dunne, but I think he's going to have to fight for his life in order to keep that title. I think Walter's going to put up a heck of a show. So I'm giving it to Pete Dunne, but I think Walter takes him to the limit. Next up, Velveteen Dream versus Matt Riddle for the NXT North American Championship. I do see Matt Riddle winning, which would allow Velveteen Dream to debut the night after WrestleMania. But I think this is going to be a heck of a match if they let them tell the story, which Triple H is great, NXT is great. I think Matt Riddle goes over here, but also makes Dream look good. Next up, NXT Women's Championship is on the line. Shayna Baszler defends the championship against Io Shirai, Bianca Belair, and Kairi Sane in a Fatal 4-Way. Now here's the thing. Ronda is by herself right now. You've had hints of the 4 Horsewomen on the main roster. I think what's going to happen here, Shayna's going to lose in order for her to go to the main roster. She's been a dominant, great NXT champion, but I think it's time for her to move up, and same thing with Kairi Sane. So that leaves Io Shirai and Bianca Belair. I'm giving this match to Io Shirai, just because she hasn't won a title yet, but I think she will. Bianca Belair is probably my second pick because she's great, and I feel bad for Sam Roberts if she does win because she's probably whooping your butt. And finally, unfortunately, Tommaso Ciampa's injured. Johnny Gargano's storytelling has been the best thing about NXT and of all of WWE. His character's gone through good guy to the dark side, now back to the good side, because he needed to embrace the darkness in order to get to where he pushed to the next limit and to get where he needed to go. So now it'll be for the vacated NXT Championships. A 2 out of 3 falls match. Adam Cole versus Johnny Gargano. This will be back and forth. I think it's going to come down to the 3rd fall. I think we're going to see Undisputed Era try to help. But in the end, the winner of the match will be Johnny freaking Wrestling. And then, after a while as champion, he'll be able to come to the main roster. But I give this match to Johnny Gargano. And I think eventually what's going to happen, they're going to call up Undisputed Era. They'll call up Ciampa when he's back. And then Gargano will follow him to annoy him. So that's my predictions for TakeOver. I think it's going to be one hell of a show. And last year, TakeOver was better than WrestleMania. WrestleMania is going to have to step up their game in order to be as good as TakeOver. That's all I have for today. Bye!